Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Master Division in the Celtic Cup Tournament. The video here is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And before we start with the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button so you get a notification every time there is a new live stream or a new video up here on the channel. Visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content. Also, sign up on patreon.com/golfclashtommy where I go into absolute every detail for every shot to give you the best possible notes to perform well in this tournament. Links in the video description down below. In this playthrough, I'm going to have only my shots. I've been playing the courses a lot, as I do have 3 accounts, so I can play the holes a lot. And the thing that I've noticed is that the thing that is with these holes is that on the par 3s I'm going to use a special ball, a more wind resistant ball. You're gonna notice that, and that's because I base that on if you're going to play Master, you need to at least have the option to play for and with some type of special ball. But I'm not gonna talk anymore, we're just gonna go over to the video. So hole number 1, and here I'm playing with a power 2 ball, wind resistance 4, side spin 3, max side spin to the left, 5 bars top spin, and you can see half of the 4th ring inside the rough to the left. And then we're going to play maximum distance plus 10%. And in this case, you can play the same type of shot with a power 3 ball, a regular kingmaker. You don't have to play with a ball like this. So I just want to make that very, very clear so you're not feeling obligated to have this type of ball. We want to gain enough distance so we do have the possibility for the rough bump from distance. Second shot, we're going to play without any elevation. We're not going to add or subtract anything. 1 to 2 bars of topspin depending on how high up on the rock / the rough that you're going to aim for. Make sure that the ball guideline go slightly through the hole. Doesn't have to go massively through the hole, but definitely don't go short. In this example, I played medium distance with nothing extra, and you're gonna see myself miss this shot a little bit to the left, but I do believe that this is going to be a very good chance for us making an eagle from distance. We go over to hole number 2, and this is a technical adjustment. 1 bar of topspin and 5 bars of side spin to the right. If you do have wind below 7.5 miles per hour, you are going to play with 0.75 bars of topspin. And now you're going to try to find a spot where you have the white ring at the bottom at the rough combined with being around 3.5 green squares to the right of the pin. Pause. Zoom in if you can and take a closer look. It's going to be a very hard one to try to replicate. Maximum distance with a 20% over adjustment, very important. And then we're just going to take our shot and hope for the best. We're gonna be close if we hit perfect. If it's gonna go in, that's another story. In this scenario, you can see we're going to be very, very close, and another day that would have been going in. Hole number 3. 10% extra for the drive, but here it's going to be a more simple drive for players that are playing in Master. We're gonna go straight forward, and here it doesn't matter if you have an Extrema level 8 or if you're having Thor's Hammer level 5 or you do have an Apocalypse level 4+. You're still going to be able to get over the rough. Obviously, for those of you having an Apoc 6 or Apoc 7, you do have an advantage over the rest as you do have more topspin. But I would say that I've been playing against players here, playing with an Extrema level 8, and the thing that happens then is that the second bounce gets into the rough to roll out on the other fairway. It will nonetheless be a much easier shot than you would have if you're trying to lay up or trying to play over to the right. Power 5 ball is absolutely suggested, and don't forget to push up your target into max when you have done your adjustment. Second shot, I'm going to play this one 10% uphill. Here you can use a different elevation if you want to. Max backspin, leave the ball guideline a little bit short because the ball is going to bounce further than you expect. We do want to bounce this ball up towards the pin. And you know, if this one drops, super bonus. Otherwise, you know, it's just something to take yourself through the course. Hole number 4, here I'm going to play with 2.9 bars backspin, and really have that in mind. 2.9, very important. 1 bar side spin to the left. Red ring just slightly inside the rough to the top, and also to the left. And that's going to be the aiming spot for us. Now we're going to play the maximum distance with a 15% over adjustment. Here I'm playing with a 10% over adjustment, but I do want us to have the 15%, so we do get this ball directly to the pin. Because you're gonna notice here that we're gonna miss just slightly to the right, and that is why we're going to add and play this one 15%, so maximum distance plus 15%. Then I think we're gonna be, if it's not in, we're gonna be very, very close. And you can see wind resistant ball again, wind 5, or it's going to be a power 0 or a power 1 as ball. Hole number 5, par 4. Here we also gave ourselves a very good opportunity, and I'm going to adjust with the red ring by the rough line, max side spin to the right and 2.5 bar top spin. If we do have a kingmaker, and I would say basically every type of ball, you're gonna have to go with a slight overpower, but make sure that you're staying with the 2.5 bar top spin, as you otherwise will carry too far and roll into the rough on the other side. The ultimate thing that we do want to do is to obviously clear the rough, and from there we do have a very nice rough bump with our Goliath, and in this scenario we play in minimum distance completely. In a worst case scenario with the drive, you're gonna notice that you're gonna clip the rough and roll out. You still have a medium distance rough bump to do, so it's not the end of the world if you do that. 3 bars of topspin, and here I'm playing this one without any elevation. I would like you to play with minus 10%. Yes, sounds weird, but minus 10% is the elevation number you are going to use. Then that's going to help you big time. And you know, you may be going to notice that I have a different elevation number suggested on other places, but that is because, you know, other elevation works. But with that adjustment, 3 bars topspin with this type of wind, aiming at the hole, minus 10% is the spot on adjustment. Go with that, then you're gonna see yourself drop that shot a couple of times. Hole number 6 now, and we're gonna play with a regular kingmaker. Here I've seen so many people using like a power 4, power 5 ball and going too far. Power 3 ball is absolutely perfect if you play with an Apocalypse level 5 plus. If you do have an extra mile, or you do have a Thor's hammer that you don't really have that much distance, go with a power 4 ball, but do not go with a power 5 ball like a Berserker or something like that. Then you will most likely get the first bounce in the rough or in the sand, and then it's going to be super tough for you to save the eagle. But now we bounce there on the fairway, max top spin. I'm adjusting for 20% over adjustment, pushing up my target to max and going max overpower. And now for the second shot, we're going to see ourselves playing with the B52. And the reason I'm playing with the B52 is because of the beautiful ball guideline. And I'm going to, in that case, you know, I need to make sure that I do see the ball guideline to the pin. I don't do that with Goliath, and that's something that I really need to have. Otherwise, I really don't enjoy playing with the B52, as I'm a Goliath fan otherwise. Now we're going to play with no elevation adjustment extra here. I changed from going minus 10% as 0 suits the wind in a better way. So we're coming in here a little bit to the right, slightly under adjusted, but you can see the trick and see what we are trying to do. Hole number 7, here I'm going to show you the rough bump. There is a rough bump even with a kingmaker, and the only difference for you with the rough bump with a kingmaker is that you're going to play with maximum distance plus 10 instead of maximum distance plus 15 as we're doing now. So I'm going to get this ball to be aimed like pretty offset from the pin here, and I'm also in the end adding 1 bar of side spin to the left. So study this video closely and you're gonna see yourself getting very close. I would also go towards the fact that you could do 1.5 bar side spin to the left, and it will be coming in very nicely towards the pin. We're getting there, still missing to the right, but that's something that I kind of like looking at going to happen sometimes. But once again, the difference between playing with a wind resistant ball like that is to play with a Kingmaker or a Centurion, and then you play max plus 10 with a power 3 ball. Hole number 8 now. Now it's full blast overpower. I'm going to base the topspin like the following. If I have a 16, I play with 1 to 1.5 bar topspin. If I do play with a 15, I play with 3 bars topspin. And the thing I want to do is to have the second bounce either directly into the rough and roll out on the fairway, or I will have to have the bounce on the little tiny fairway spot to bounce over the rough over towards the green. So I do like to rather go with more overpower to have better control using less topspin, because I don't rely on the shots that good if I'm going to have more topspin. Hole number 9, guys, I'm gonna go with a powered slice. Here I'm playing with a Berserker, but please be cautious about that. The only reason I'm playing with a Berserker is because I do have a very low wind, but I would say a Berserker is almost a little bit too much no matter what. Play with the following: 12 miles per hour. You play with a Kingmaker if you have Apocalypse level 7. You play with a power 4 ball, like a Dead Ball, Kingmaker X or something like that, if you do have an Apocalypse level 6 or level 6 or below. If you do have a lower type of wind, then it could be good to change to the Berserker. Like if you do have a wind that would be below 14 with a Berserker, you know, something that you will have to figure out. Pause the video, take a look at when I stretch out, I want my white rain to be by the rough line to the left. That's going to be my starting point, and it's going to be tweaked based from that. Second shot, 0% extra, and we're going to just approach the pin as just a normal shot. So, ladies and gentlemen, quick playthrough here from Master. I hope you learned something. Make sure that you send in whatever question you might have in the comment section below. There is great possibilities to make drops here. We're already seeing some -14, 15, 16. And that's absolutely possible. We're gonna get close, and you're gonna get close with adjustments here. But if you want to follow the journey through this tournament, you sign up on patreon.com/golfclashtommy and get the updated text, guys. I might come back to a couple of the holes with some breakdown videos further down this week, but we're gonna start with this playthrough, as I do truly trust in the adjustment provided here on the video. So, video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Play Demo. Please hit thumbs up before you go. Thank you so much, and good luck in the tournament.